Stephen, ending penalty shout defeat here this evening. What was your reflection on that game as a whole?
Yeah, listen, we dominated the game for large periods, but we never showed real penetration. We never showed kind of real genuine quality in the final third, where it was the final pass, the final shot, the final cross. So that's probably the most disappointing part of the game. So it's a tough one to take.
Yeah, is that ultimately frustrating, to enjoy dominant spells throughout that game, but just not have maybe the chances to take it?
Yeah, but listen, that's what football is. Football's it's not about just, you don't just pass the ball for the sake of passing it. You need to penetrate, you need to hurt the opposition at the top end of the pitch, and then we never done that. We get into the middle third really well, we get into the final third really well, but we never posed as big a threat as what we usually do.
Yeah, that would be a tough one to take for the boys, particularly with it being that this second penalty shout they've lost. What was the message at the end?
That's football. That's, like you say, we prepare them for men's football. You need to live. You need to live with disappointments. You need to learn from disappointments. Everybody collectively, that's part and parcel of the game. It's been a good season for the boys. They've played a lot of games. There's been a lot of progression. But like I say, it's. In cup games, ultimately it's about winning as well, and unfortunately we weren't able to do it tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn from this competition and results like this evening, and that'll be a big learning curve for the boys.
Yeah, and you can see that for both sets of players. You don't always get the opportunity to play in cup football, so that's the benefit of it. Like I say, we've always said, the boys try and learn as much as they possibly can from every situation. We always focus on ourselves, we analyse the game, but we just felt as if, like I said, at the top end of the pitch, we just weren't ruthless enough, and we never created as much as what we'd have liked.
Yeah, that game ultimately brings the competitive action to an end. How do you think you reflect on the season as a whole?
It's been a really positive season again. There's been loads of growth within the players, which is terrific. And again, the Seville season's not going to be determined on this result. Like I said, there's been loads of positives to take. The growth in the players has been very clear. They've been a brilliant boys bunch to work with, and again, but ultimately tonight ends in disappointment. Which, when you're at our club, you want to win. You need to win. That's the most important thing. Is it about development? Absolutely, this level is about development. But part of young players' development is learning how to win, against your rivals. So, like I say, it's bitterly disappointing, but we'll dust ourselves down, we'll analyse it, and we'll look forward to the next few days, and we've got one game left, and we'll go again with it.